What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid trance, or hard trance if you prefer, and indeed back with some more modern acid/hard trance. And indeed, we're going to listen to another tune by Log1 and Wragg. I reacted to one of their tunes, and someone who's been commenting on a couple of the videos, knows them and Ian Cross personally, and mentioned, oh, that's cool that you're reacting to their tunes. And indeed, I wanted to, send that same vibe backward. I'm very happy to be doing it. I've been a big fan of acid trance since I first discovered acid music, like late '96, early '97. I often use the phrase acid trance forever, and I really do like that there are artists who, after the heyday, after the glory days sort of came to an end, maybe petering out late 90s, perhaps into the early 2000s, I do like that there are labels and artists who have put good acid trance, good hard trance on vinyl and continued to, make tunes that, in one way or another, even if they have a modern sound, sort of capture that old school vibe. So again, shout out to Log1 and Wragg, big fan of their tunes. We're going to listen to another track on Omen. I listened to the tune they did called Terminator. Really love that track. Love the way it uses different musical snippets and samples from the Terminator films. I think mostly Terminator 2. Maybe it's Terminator 1 as well. Nevertheless, it's funny because I believe this label is called Omen in the first place because of Omen 1 here, which samples the Prodigy tune Omen. Now, again, I'm not a huge Prodigy guy. I do respect their place in, music history, including, like, electronic music history. I totally dig their tunes, but admittedly, it was never a group it's a duo, right? Or was a duo. I think one of them has since passed away, unfortunately. But it's just never a musical catalog that I knew or followed intensely. So, full respect to Prodigy, but, like, I don't know the sort of provenance of this tune. I don't know what album it was on. I don't know how popular it was compared to, the hits that I am familiar with. Firestarter, what's the other one? The one even before Firestarter. I'm blanking on it. But then, later tunes like Smack My Bitch Up. I know there were several hits that they had that were like really internationally popular. I don't know where Omen ranks in that category. But nevertheless, this record, Omen 1, on the label Omen, it's from 2009. There's a hard trance and a hard style remix. We're going to listen to the hard trance remix, which I do think is better. Though, again, the hard style mix ain't bad either. But yeah, so this is Log1 and Wragg on Omen 1, which, again, I think the tune or the label is called that because that's the tune that they sampled on this release. Although I should point out, there's no direct indication that this is Log1 and Wragg. It's just that I go on Discogs a lot, and there's someone who's commented on a number of hard trance releases from this sort of period, and they simply wrote on the information or in the comment section for this release that like Log1 and Wragg did the tracks, and a couple other people had thumbs upped the comments. So I'm going based on that. Obviously, that's a user-based wiki. It's not like absolutely official, but that seems to be the consensus. That's what I think we're looking at here. So here we go. This is Log1 and Wragg. Their sort of bootleg remix, hard trance remix of Prodigy Omen. Breathe. That's the Prodigy track I was trying to think of. Breathe with me. Bell leading us into the first breakdown. Sorry, the first secondary intro is what I should say. It does lead us into a breakdown eventually. My neural wires got crossed there. And it took quality control a minute to figure out what happened. First of all, listen to the kick drum and the bass line, right? Like, thunderous. I like the way the melody there crept in. I like its sort of dissonant mischief. It's got like some attitude. It's got sass. Now I don't know, again, not having really known the original song, how closely that melody may relate to an original element. This is the section my brain was trying to think of. The writings on the wall. Something about automation. I like the way it really cleans up and sort of isolates that. And now, the tune reveals its true hand. Here now you're not sure, it's dragging me along, now the bass line is syncopated and rolling, when is it gonna hit? You hear right before it dropped there was that placeholder kick, and then it dropped in. I believe our old friend, the Silverbox, will come join us soon. They make really good acid rope. It's rich, lush, and a good riff too, just the actual riff itself. I'll say it again, acid trance forever, man. Listen to the acid texture. So now the lead-in melody we had before the main breakdown is blending with the kind of hard, laser melody since the breakdown. As the latter fades out of it, right? And now we marching out the door. Bassline again, full credit. Heavy, grinding. It's the system briefly didn't respond, went on overload, and then it recovered just in time for the new measure. I love that. Again, like with the Terminator one, sometimes I nitpick tunes, oh, I love it, but maybe this one part could be a little longer. Maybe it's I really don't have anything to nitpick here. I like the structure, I like the elements, I like the blending of the elements. I like the use of the sample, even if again, the original musical source material is not something I'm overly familiar with. Full respect to Prodigy, but I like that play with the vocal, which happened right at the break. And ending with this is just genius. It's weird. That little bell sort of element might be my favorite part of the track. So again, as I was mentioning with that one melodic layer, I don't know how much, if at all, that relates to musical or sonic elements in the original. So if you are familiar with a lot of Prodigy tunes, including Omen, please do let me know. As I said, someone who's been commenting on the videos, really appreciate you. I think he even said he shared one or two of the videos with the people that I've been reacting to their tunes. So if they end up seeing this, big ups to Log One and Wragg. Big fan of your tunes, especially as I said, the way you blend melody and acid work. I'm a big fan. So like I said, I looked up their page on Discogs, and it looked like they had stuff even as recently as 2018, 2019. So as far as I can tell, they're still producing together. Was very heartened to see that. So yeah, long may it continue, and hopefully at least some of the tunes they make will find their way on vinyl. I know a lot of places, a lot of what they do is digital and might only do an occasional special vinyl release. But yeah, like I said, big fan of their work, and it'd be great to get more of it on vinyl. So yeah, let me know if you like this kind of acid trance, hard trance. As I mentioned, I like all different kinds of acid trance, old school, the glory days, Noom and Eve and Time Unlimited and so on. But I like the stuff that I've been listening to, this atmosphere, which that guy made the point that it was originally a club night, and that in the techno room you could see the likes of Dave the Drummer and Chris Liberator and so on, and Mark E.G. But then in the trance room you'd have the guys that were making these kind of records and so on. So man, again, it makes me sad that sometimes I'm way out here in California where, back in the day I went to some great trance and techno parties, as well as drum and bass and hardcore parties. I went to some great rave parties back in the day, and I've been to a few in more recent years. But yeah, so many of the great artists and crews and events and sort of weeklies and so on that I hear about and see clips from and so on, I do feel very removed from. It's unfortunate, but nevertheless, one of the things about doing these videos is that I have been able to talk to a number of people and making these tunes, and getting more interaction, people commenting, giving me information that I didn't know about some of the releases and so on. So it has been very rewarding, and it makes me feel a little bit closer to the scene. So I'm very much enjoying it. And again, shout out to all the people who've been commenting, whether about the artists like Log One and Wragg, or the acid techno tunes. Paul's been commenting on a lot about tunes by Kektex and so on. So long may it continue. I hope you all are enjoying the videos. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.